Hey, you're watching the Press Row. I'm Jenny here with Barry. And with the college football season starting, we've got to see some games. Only one night of games, Barry, but obviously we all make preseason predictions after the first night. Anything in your preseason predictions that you're questioning, that you'd like to maybe go back and change after what you saw last night?
I'm sure there's several. The one that comes to my mind is, I predicted every college football game for the week. And on the Colorado-Hawaii game, I said, you know what, the Buffaloes are getting better under Mac McIntyre. Then they lose to Hawaii. So maybe I'd like to have that one back. Not too much. South Carolina, North Carolina went just about like I would have thought. I was surprised TCU struggled with Minnesota so much, considering the Gophers were playing their second-team quarterback.
Yeah.
So that was a spirited effort by the Minnesotas. I don't write off TCU to any degree. They went on the road. Here's the way I look at it: TCU went on the road and beat a Big Ten team that won 8 games last year.
Yeah. So
I think that was a good, solid win. Maybe not as dominant as you want, but if you're in the, winning is the most important thing when it comes to conference reputation. So would it be good for TCU's confidence to have blown out Minnesota? Sure. Would it help the Big 12's reputation? Not necessarily. Getting the W's is the most important thing. And because Big 12 plays so few quality non-conference opponents, when you do play one, you just need to win.
Yeah, and the TCU game, Barry, I have to admit, I thought it would be a chance for not only TCU to get off on a really strong foot to win fairly easily, but I thought it'd be a great chance for Trayvon Boykin to sort of launch into that Heisman front-runner role. That probably didn't happen. He had a pretty good night, though, yardage-wise. I mean, he was fairly solid at quarterback, but not quite the big performance that you might have thought he would have against Minnesota. So I still like Boykin to ultimately win the Heisman, but he didn't sort of assert himself the way I thought he could on a Thursday night marquee game, ESPN, everybody watching. I thought that might be a chance to really make a big step forward. I know some people were surprised that Michigan lost to Utah, although they weren't favored, did not play well. Central Florida losing to Florida International was a big shocker. You definitely saw some things that were a little bit unexpected on the first night. But I had some people ask me, and Barry, I'm curious what you think about this. Would I change my prediction about OSU after what I saw out of the Cowboys? I think the Cowboys have a great chance to win double-digit games this year, to be in the conversation for the Big 12 when November rolls around. And frankly, I'm not going to change that just yet. I know it was a disappointing performance by the Cowboys. I would have liked to have seen a little bit sharper performance on both sides of the ball. Well, all 3 sides of the ball. Let's throw the kicking game in there as well. But, going on the road, playing a veteran quarterback, in an environment that was less than 20,000 people, you can get lulled a little bit, and I think they did. And then when they fell behind, they sort of kicked it into another gear and took over. But I still think OSU is going to be a very good team, very solid team. Played without Kevin Peterson last night in the secondary, and Barry, that's going to change things with a guy that talented out. But we saw good things out of their defensive line, which was a big question mark. I think that OSU is going to be just fine. I'm still picking them to win double digits this year in this season, which I think is going to be a really good season for them.
Yeah, I don't change my opinion of OSU. I've seen too many season openers where, not just season openers, I've seen too many trips to mid-majors where it doesn't go well, like I wrote about.
Yeah.
Brandon Whedon, when he was lighting everybody up, they went to Louisiana Lafayette and trailed at halftime.
Right.
And I've seen Oklahoma open with Utah State, UAB, all kinds of teams struggling. So it just happens. If it happens, against Texas San Antonio in 2 weeks, well, then you say, what's going on?
Right.
But not in a season opener, on the road, against a decent mid-major. I think you just say, you know what, we need to play better, but it's good that we won.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, lots of good stuff the first night of college football, obviously with the holiday and no NFL games. College football through the rest of the Labor Day holiday, even into Monday. Be sure to enjoy it. I know I'm going to be watching a lot of football over the next few days. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.